Alright, hello and welcome everybody to another episode of Heroes of the Storm A to Z. As always, my name is Conman, and today we are checking out the undead warrior Leoric from the Diablo universe, if you didn't already know that. So as a warrior, we'll just talk about the basics. As a warrior, no armor. As you can see here in the character screen, nothing special there. He does have a fairly decent health pool at level 20. I mean, that's 5,500, 5,400, it's pretty high. He attacks very slowly. As you can see, it's got 0.77 per second, so they do pack a bit of a punch. So Leoric is, before we dive into his ability, which makes him, his talent, which makes him kind of unique, the role right now he's playing, he is a very strong, kind of bruiser-ish, secondary warrior. He's not gonna, he probably in a more competitive environment, he is most likely not going to be your first line tank. He does have some CC and a slow built into his skeletal swing, but he doesn't have any stuns. And outside of the slow, he really doesn't have a whole lot of peel for your team. So he's going to be a secondary warrior. He can be very tanky due to his self-sustain, and we'll talk about that. He's a great counter pick if the enemy team has a lot of high health heroes. You're gonna want to. That's where you're gonna want to focus a lot of your damage due to his percent damage that he can deal out. The first thing, let's talk just about. I'm gonna refresh words here. Let's talk about his traits. So I know I say this a lot of times that this hero is unique because of this reason, and this hero is unique because of this reason, and this is why this hero is interesting. Leoric is no different. So his trait is Undying. So what makes him interesting is when he gets killed, he doesn't he doesn't pop back, he doesn't die, he just doesn't disappear, and he doesn't respawn back at the Nexus or back at the Hall of Storms or whatever the heck it's called these days. Not at your base. He just becomes a ghost, and that's where he is. And while he's a ghost, he gets to still cast some abilities, and depending on how you use those abilities, he can actually respawn more quickly than he would normally. So it's a little difficult to show off in try mode because the cooldown, the respawn is actually so quick. But I'm going to go here and just take some tower shots to the face and get myself killed and see if I can show what I'm talking about. Alright, here I'm going to get killed. Maybe. Nope. Malfurion's going to save me. Here he goes. Okay. Now I'm a ghost. See, I'm a ghost and I can still use some abilities. I'm actually going to respawn much more quickly. So in try mode, this isn't going to be 4 seconds at level 20. In try mode, it'll be your regular, the real game, I should say. It'll be your regular death timer. But while you're that ghost, you can use some abilities for some CC. You can still walk around and get vision on the enemy team. You can kind of see what they're doing, kind of just be a pain in the ass. So that is where the power of Leoric dying kind of comes into play. Now keep in mind, you don't want to suicide. You still are going to give, I think, full experience to the enemy team when you get killed, so you want to be careful about that. You're not murky, by any stretch of the imagination, so dying is still bad, but it doesn't completely take you out of the fight or out of the game as it would for a regular hero. So let's take a peek at his abilities and kind of what they do in life and dead form. First off is his Q, is Skeletal Swing. It looks something like this. So it deals 274 damage at level 20, slows enemies by 40%, so this is the slow I was talking about, excuse me, and it deals double damage to non-heroic units, and I love the fact that they made the tooltip say peasants. So see here's 274, if I go over here, I mean you can see that's 548, and obviously it's an AoE, so I can hit the whole lot of them. So this is going to be your, this is going to give you fairly substantial wave clear. So let's wait for these. Minions to come out. I mean, look at that! I hit the whole lot of minions. Now I'm at level 20, but I hit the whole lot of minions, and they're all at half health. Another skeletal swing would have wiped them out. So you can get very good wave clear with this. It does slow down enemy heroes. So if you hit a bunch of heroes in an arc, it's going to slow them down, and that's also valuable in a team fight. So his W ability. We'll take a look at this. This is a lot of Leoric's gameplay is going to revolve around this W, which is Drain Hope. I always call it Drain Life, but Drain Hope. And I call it Drain Life because that's what it does. Also, I like to call it as the Grabby hand. So it's going to look something like this. So you reach out, and you can miss. You see nothing happens there. But if you tag onto a hero, it's going to want to link you to them. It's going to drain their health. Now look at the tooltip. This is percent damage. So grab an enemy hero soul, dealing up to 25% of their maximum health. This is percent damage. and it's going to heal you for 25% of your maximum health. It's going to last 4 seconds. Now, something to keep in mind is you were slower when this is on, so now I'm at 80%. Also, you see this blue indicator here? If the enemy runs out of this indicator, it will break, and it will stop. Your cooldown will be messed, will be blown. So, between these two abilities here, this is what gives Leoric, it makes him a very strong solo laner. Makes him a very strong solo laner because he can, as long as he can consistently hit the grabby hand, he's going to have crazy self-sustain. He's going to be able to heal himself, do damage to the enemy, as well as kind of boss the minions around. So this is going to make him very strong in that regard. And if he's going to be up against the high health heroes, I mention Cho'Gall all the time because Cho'Gall's got like 7,000 health at level 20. Imagine just doing 25% of that damage over 4 seconds. I mean, that's a huge amount, and that could be increased by certain talents. So, I mean, that's a pretty big deal. A lot of Leoric's gameplay is going to revolve around being able to consistently land that hand. If you can land it, you have great tankiness, you have great self-sustain. If you can't land it consistently, if you can't land it and keep it on heroes on a regular basis, you're going to find yourself, you're going to be in some trouble with him. So when you're dead, I should mention, when you're dead, Skeletal Swing will still slow enemy heroes, although it doesn't actually do any damage any longer, but you're still able to kind of, smack heroes with it and slow them down. So even if you're dead in a team fight, you can kind of walk up and smack some heroes with your swing, which will slow them down and just provide some extra CC. Also, when you're dead, Drain Hope becomes, I think it's called Drain Essence. I'll try to, if I get killed in the game, I say when I get killed in the game, I'll point it out and see what we can use, show you the tooltip. Drain Hope becomes Drain Essence. What Drain Essence does, if you can land it, it will heal you. It'll regain your health for, I think it's 12.5% by default. Of your maximum health. So that just means that you're going to lower your death timer. So you see here where it says you've cheated death for 0 seconds. I didn't actually cheat death because in the try mode I respawned in 4. But as you heal while you're undead, you will regain health. You will regain health. Say using Drain Essence, and it's going to lower your death timer, which means you're going to respawn more quickly. And there are other things that you can do to respawn more quickly as well. There's a talent that you can take that you can use while I'm dying. I think it's level 7. We'll talk about that. I think if you're within range of health globes, you can't pick them up yourself while you're dead. But if your enemy team does, you're going to get the effects applied to you, and that's going to increase your health, which is then in turn going to lower your respawn timer. And then finally, his E. His E gives him a bit of mobility, and it's kind of his get out of shit free card, although it's not quite free. But long cooldown on this, 14 seconds. Leoric separates from his body, becoming unstoppable, and gaining movement speed, accelerating up to 50% over 2 seconds. When it ends or it's cancelled, his body jumps to his rate. So it looks like this. Boom. So what's interesting about this is, I mean, you will take damage. Like while I'm here, my body is taking damage. Like I can be hit by things. I'm going to refresh for it. So I'll show you what you can do. You can do something like this. I can go through this wall. Hello, friends. And then see, I'm taking damage, and then here I am. So this can be you can use this defensively. If you find yourself in some trouble, you can hit Wraith Walk and get out of kind of get out of the way of things. If you're going to be safe, now keep in mind 14-second cooldown is very long. If you're going to be fine for the next 14 seconds, if you think you can use this because you do get the movement speed buff. I don't think it shows there in the move speed window, but you can use this to kind of pick up. I'm going to show you. Just look at the damage that's going to do. Look at the health that I get, and that wasn't Malfurion healing me. That was all me. So that's pretty impressive. But you can use Wraith Walk to kind of catch up on somebody and chase if you really need to. This ability is canceled out when you are undying, when you're dead. So something to keep in mind. So let's take a peek at his ults very quickly. We'll kind of go over some of his talents, and then we'll talk about a little bit more what he can do. So first off, we got Marsh of the Black King. It's going to look something like this. 2 and then 3. So what it does is, we'll show the tooltip. This is the direction it's going to go in. You can't cancel it. You can't move. It's three swings. Leoric becomes unstoppable, and he swings his mace 3 times, healing himself for 7% of his maximum health for each enemy hero hit, and dealing a chunk of damage. So, like right here, where I'm placed, I only hit 1 swing, so that's only going to be once. But if I do it like here, I'm going to hit twice. Or maybe not, but you can hit more than once even if the enemy is not moving. So, as you can see, There we go, now I hit twice. As you can see, it can be interesting to be able to hit, the same hero multiple times with this. You can use this for some damage. You're going to be unstoppable, you're going to heal while this is going on. You can use this for some self-sustain. It's an 80-second cooldown, I think? 80-second cooldown, yep. So it's hard to hit. If you have a whole bunch of heroes that are grouped up, it could be nice, because, you get a whole big chunk of health restored, and a big chunk of damage to them. But as you see while I was trying to hit that hero twice, like, I only get... Like, that's only one swing, even though that guy wasn't moving. So, it can be difficult to maximize the value out of this. And obviously, you're going to want to use this against groups of enemies because you want to hit as many people as possible, both for the health and for the damage. Like right here, that's only going to be one swing. So it's tough to maximize the value on this, and it's got a fairly long cooldown. So I don't see it too often these days. I don't know the pick rates. I'd have to look to see how often things get selected. More often, though, I think I see Entomb, which is going to look something like this. So what this does, and you can actually cancel this if you need to. So what Entomb does, create an unpathable tomb for 4 seconds. You can trap people in it, as you can see. So this is going to require, excuse me, this is going to, you can kind of block people off. Like, I could do something like this, and it's going to prevent that guy from coming right at me. He's going to have to come around to either of the sides. I mean, you can, like, trap somebody there, immediately hit him with Drain Hope, and then kind of smack him around a few times, and it's going to do a chunk of damage to them. This is going to require your team to be able to follow up on the Entomb. I mean, if you trap somebody in Entomb, unless they have some ability where they can leap over the walls or something like that, they won't be able to get away. And they're kind of stuck in there, and since you're right there, you're kind of body blocking them on top of that. So, if your team can follow up, this can be a pretty powerful move just to, pick people off before they run away. It can be pretty handy, and it's very short cooldown, actually. 50 seconds is not that long. So, that's Entomb. I do like Entomb. I tend to take it more than March of the Black King. I think even though it does require a bit more coordination, it's more consistent. And it does give Leoric a bit of CC that he wouldn't normally have. Let's take a quick peek at some of the major talents, and we'll talk about them, and we'll hop into a game. So first off, level 1, I like Hopelessness. Increases Drain Hope range 25%. So right now, it's about that range. Now it's going to be that range, and it's going to increase the range that it breaks, and this is just going to allow you to keep this on your targets longer, more consistently, and that's going to be kind of the core of what you're going to be looking to do. Alternatively, block can be powerful if you're against an auto attack team, Zul'jin, something like that. People do a lot of powerful, excuse me, once more, a lot of powerful auto attacks. That could be helpful. Stores with 2 charges, just kind of your standard block talent. Level 4. I do like Willing Vessel. Increases the healing done to 30% up from 25, and increases the health from Drain Essence to 15% up from 12.5%. Alternatively, so this is just more self-sustain, more heal. That's pretty sweet. Alternatively, we have during Wraithwalk, you gain 25 armor. So while I'd be in Wraithwalk, I would be taking 25% less damage right here. That can be helpful if you use Wraithwalk a lot aggressively to kind of get out of things. Since you are vulnerable, you're not moving, you're open to skill shots when you're like that. That could be useful in a pinch instead. If you've got really, really strong healing, maybe you don't need Willing Vessel. Maybe you're better off with with Hardened Bones instead. There's also Fealty unto Death. When nearby minion dies, Leoric gains 1% of his max health and 5 mana. So this is, this helps out in the wave clear, like in your, if you're a solo laner, if you're going up against the enemy team, as you kill minions, you're going to heal yourself. You're going to have sustain with mana. You can while dead, you can use this. This is one of the things that's going to lower your death timer. While you're undying, you're kind of just walking around while minions are dying next to you, and you're going to gain health, and it's going to respawn you a little bit more quickly. Level 7, I like this one here. It was for a Ghastly Reach, which gives you a longer skeletal swing range. I'll show you what it looks like. So this is your skeletal swing right here.
Choose a talent.
Now it's going to look like this. So basically, you just hit more things. It makes it easier to hit, so that's pretty sweet. Alternatively, Alcyon, I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce that correctly, but Alcyon Renewal. I'm sure my pronunciation is way off. Activate to heal 20% of Leoric's maximum life over 6 seconds. This can be used while undying for half effect, but still. So you can use this like if you're taking some damage in the middle of a team fight, you can pop this and give yourself some self-heal. if you get killed and you have this up, you can use this to lower your cooldown and get back into business more quickly. Alright, so we talked about the ult at 13. This one can be really big if you've got high value, high health targets. If Drain Hope lasts full duration, so 4 seconds, it deals bonus damage equal to 10% of the victim's maximum health. This damage does not heal, so you don't get the heal from it. I'll show you what it looks like. Let's just pick some stuff. Looks something like this. Alright, 2, 3. Look at that. Now, it's not going to do 800 damage. The target dummy obviously has a crap ton of health, so but that is, if you can land this on a regular basis, that's just going to do ridiculous damage to enemy heroes. I mean, it makes you very powerful. It makes them, again, you got to consistently be able to land your Drain Hope. But if you can land this on a regular basis, it will really make you a bully in a lot of respects, and it's going to force whoever gets drained to either take a crap ton of damage or to bail out and have to break that chain before they can come back in. All right, at level 16. We've got Renewed Swing. Skeletal Swing can be recast again for free within 3 seconds. It's just useful for the it's less for the damage and more for the CC, since by default it's going to slow people for 2.5 seconds. So you can cast this toward the end. It's going to keep that slow on just a little bit longer. I do like as well Unyielding Despair. Every second Drain Hope is active, its cooldown is reduced. So you're just going to lower basically more Drain Hope and all the things that comes with it. More damage for the enemy team, more health for you, more self-sustain. At level 20. I like Spectral Leech. Basic attacks against enemy heroes deal bonus damage equal to 5% of their max health. Now you don't attack all that quickly, as you can see, but every time you attack, suddenly that's 5% max health damage against whoever you're hitting, and it's healed for you, so it's extra sustain. I mean, it's pretty damn solid, actually. So what do you have to look out for with Leoric? You're gonna want to watch out for people who are super mobile. Like Tracer can give you a hard time because with her mobility, it's gonna make it difficult to land the Drain Life. Somebody like Janak is gonna be able to kite you around. You got to be careful about that. Butcher, you actually have to watch out for because if he brands you, he's gonna have more self-sustain than you will with Drain Hope. And there's really nothing you can do about it. You don't have any stuns, so you do have to worry about people who, Diva can be a pain in the butt. You're slow and lumbering. You're going to be good against, like I said, you're going to be a counter pick against enemy tanks. Like Johanna. Johanna really doesn't have a whole lot of weaknesses. She's got to watch out for Leoric because you're just going to be able to go in. She's slow herself. You're going to be able to go in. You're going to be able to hit her with the Drain Hope and smack her around and slow her down. And then she, what is she going to do about it? She really can't do much about that. So that's going to go through all of her armor. She's got to be careful about that. So something to consider. So let's hop into the game. See what we can do. So what I'm gonna do here in this game when we get into it, I'm gonna want to go down, probably the middle lane to start with the team, or the bottom lane, I guess, if we're 2 lanes. I'm gonna hope I can get something that I can solo lane. Just sit there, soak as much experience, bully around whoever that I can. I mean, 1-on-1, as long as I can hit the Drain Hope, there's not much that I'm gonna be too worried about. Just in a 1-on-1 situation, if I can land it consistently. So here we go. We have Varian. So hopefully Varian goes Taunt, and that allows me to kind of be a bruiser. We do have a Nova, we do have a Murky, and then a Kael'thas. So that should be interesting. Enemy team looks like they're 2-2-1. So they're going to have some push. They do have a Stealthy here. They do have a Murky of their own. So like Drain Hope against Murky isn't really going to do much. It'll heal me a little bit, but it's not going to do a whole lot of damage. I'm going to want to be able to Drain Hope against Dehaka. I'm going to want to Drain Hope against, Rexxar. Valeera may work out, because even if she stealths, the Drain Hope's going to stay on her. If she vanishes on me, the Drain Hope will stay attached to her at least, so that'll be useful. And we're on Infernal Shrines, so I can do some work on the Guardians with my Skeletal Swing. A bit of a cooldown on it, but I can still smack people around. Yeah, so this should be interesting. Kael'thas is pretty solid against the Guardians. Our Murkies kind of cancel each other out. We're going to see how this goes. I'm going to go with Hopelessness to start with. I'm not really too worried about auto attack damage. I mean, Zagara has some, but most of these guys I'm not too concerned. I want to be able to land my Drain Hopes on a more consistent basis. So my plan here, I'm going to come out to the middle, because that's the thing that we do in Quickmatch. I don't understand it. I don't always recommend it, but whatever. And then I'm probably going to cycle down to bottom lane by myself, hopefully, and see if I can bully around who's over there.
3, 2, 1.
Murky actually is a pain in the ass for Leoric, because even if you kill him, he's going to respawn right away, and you've got relatively long cooldowns. So if he bubbles at the right time, he can really make your day a little bit troublesome. Like, if he can bubble off your Drain Hope, and that can be unfortunate. So Nova is just going to go walk right out of the towers. Stand in the reveal. I'm worried about that. Alright, so Rexar took the beacon there to reveal. So if that's what we're going to do, that's fine. Let's go down to the bottom. Let's see what we can do against Dehaka. There, to start off, oh, he stasis right away. I misplayed that for sure. Definitely should have let him stasis first. So there's something you gotta consider. Any hero who can like shrug off your Drain Hope can be a little bit troublesome. So Dehaka, in that case, he can burrow, and that could be a problem. And again, I cast that just as he burrowed, which is unfortunate because if I waited a second longer, get slowed. There you go. Now, to get the Drain Hope, it's going to force him to either burrow or run away. He's got to do one or the other. Like here, he's going to have to either burrow. I actually stuck around too long for that. That was my fault. I wanted to hit him, follow up with a skeletal swing. I made a mistake there. I definitely should have just backed off when he burrowed. Alright, so the first shrine is way up on the top. I'm going to make him run away again. Now, I'm still actually doing damage to him while I'm being stunned, because I hit that before he got the tongue on me. Alright, so we're going to be... The thing with that is, Dehaka can just port right there, and I guess all of us are kind of ignoring this. I see this. This is interesting. There we go. So Dehaka can global. That's going to be good for him in a situation like this. I have no idea why Varian came down bottom. Like, there's zero business that Varian should have come down bottom here. Absolutely none at all.
This is the price of betrayal.
Miss that. We're not going to get there. This is probably going to be their shrine to start with. I wanted to stick bottom and just push. And unfortunately, Varian came down here. I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. Yeah, we're gonna lose that shrine. And we lost somebody. We lost the Nova. So we've got a bot Nova. So that's fun. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to the bottom lane. Is where I'm headed. Let's go in here. Let's try to stop them. The first Punisher's kind of weak. I'm not too worried about it. See, it's already at 60 health, 60% health. I'm gonna come back here, get some experience. I'm gonna force you to burrow. So look at that. Let's back off. So he stunned me and he pulled me. Whoops, I missed that. That was unfortunate. So he stunned me and pulled me, which is fine. Well, I got the Drain Hope off first, and so I was just gonna heal through it. I'm gonna make him burrow. Make him burrow. You're gonna get hit. I'm gonna back off just a little bit. Now, I don't need to kill all of these myself. I can just kind of soak it, let them push closer to my towers, where I'm safer. Here we go.
One of our force has fallen. Welcome back, mortal.
Alright, so our Nova is back. Hopefully she sticks around. Now he's going to burrow there. I'm going to back off out of this. I don't know what he's talking about. You were a bot. Just want to heal. Want to heal. There we go. That's fine. Just get the heal. And Dehaka, I do have to be careful with the burrow. Ah, missed that. That was... Oof. I might have blocked him.
Cower before your king.
Yeah, you were.
It shall be done.
So this Nova is probably toxic, but that's fine. Make him burrow. And I'll smack him once. Just back off. Now I can't. This is actually an unfavorable solo lane for me. I just talked about how I get to bully around lots of people. Dehaka's not one of them just because of the stasis that he can get. Didn't get a chance to cast that, and he just walked past me. Wow, that was complete misplay by my fault. Our Nova is not good.
Let us conquer. Go and claim the shrine.
And I'm missing the grab hope, which is just bad. I'm gonna back off. I'm gonna let him hurt. If that's what he wants to do, he can do it. I'm just gonna try to get. Like, I don't know why Kael'thas is coming down here. Like, this doesn't make any sense to me. We've got a shrine up. Like, go soak a lane. Go soak top lane. You know, I'm fine not getting the shrine. We were down 2 levels. They have 10, which Murky wisely points out. Yes. So I'm completely okay with not contesting the shrine. You know. There we go. I hit that one, but it breaks right away. Yeah, Murky's smart. Murky's got the right idea. I don't know why Kael'thas came down to bottom when I was there. I'm going to come back up there, and since it looks like there's going to be an engagement, I don't know who's...
The angels smile on you. Double kill. Let us conquer. Call upon it.
So we're gonna do this. I'm not even gonna bother with these guys.
Our enemy's Punisher has been brought low. Your spirit is strong, mortal. Double kill.
There we go. There's the kill.
To the slaughter. Your counsel sways me. I will have your head. Peasant. It shall be done.
There you go. So both of them against me is not so great. Our team is dying in the meantime.
Choose a talent. The damn. Who challenges me?
Yeah, this game's not going in our favor thus far. They're gonna have a lot of push. We're just letting, we're giving them like free reign of things. In mid lane with Dehaka. We're gonna kill this. We'll avoid all of Murky's march here, and then we're gonna come up, and I'm gonna come help out with the. Let him bubble this. That's fine. He's probably gonna get away. Okay, there's a kill. And let's go help out. Oh, hello. Did not see you there. Wow, that was awful. Varian's diving in 2v1, not the wisest thing in the world. This is more for the heal than the damage. I don't know, where is their team? There's Murky. Like, I have no idea where the team is. There we go. There's the kill on Valera. That's just because she stuck around through the Drain Hope, and it procced at the end, and it killed her. Kael'thas is way up top. Like, I... He's gonna get killed. I'm gonna bail out of this. And I'm gonna run around to this side of the fort. See if I can bait this guy over here. There we go. Good job, Murky. That was good. Just bring him over the walls. That was a smart plan. Gotta watch out for those beams. Okay, so not too bad. They do have 16. We're about to get 16. I walked into that. That was dumb. That was dumb. Let's just get a grab. Did I not grab that? Jeez. Toggle my health for some extra. There we go, get the grabby hand. Now I'm going to back off because this is a 5-on-1 if I respawn here. So that's not great.
The allies of hell destroy.
Yeah, we're losing this. So we can't go in this. Like, this is a lost cause. Although they've already taken the fort down. I saw Valera. Valera, I think, was right next to me. We're going to do damage to you. This will be a dead Dehaka. So he stuck around too long. That was his fault. He definitely hung around much longer than he should have. I'm not going to be able to do anything with... I thought I had seen Valera. There you go. See now? She has to eat that. There you go. So you're still here. Oh, I got you now. There she goes. Missed him. Missed it, unfortunately. I am going to focus down. Good precision strike. I like that.
That's why I make the big bucks.
I'm going to do the same thing over here. I saw one of these.
The shrine is ready. Go and claim the Punisher's power.
Just a little extra creep that I can kill is a good thing. That's going to be the problem we run into with Zagara, is she's going to have Nidus Worms all the heck over the place. Excuse me. But we do have 2 kills, so we have a potential. Varian's going to push hard bottom. You know. He's going to stasis that. Let's come up here and play with Rexar. There's a kill. I'm going to get killed. Just barely. There it goes. Yeah, I do get killed. You guys get slowed. That's not much of anything. Murky on murky violence. Yeah, so Varian's just gonna push. He's not. I don't know what's going on. I muted everyone, so maybe they're talking about it. But what do I know? I'm gonna back off now, because I don't want to be in this when this spawns. Let's help Murky out. What the hell was Kael'thas thinking? I don't know. Like there we go. I want to bait him over the wall, just like this. So now he's got to, and if the enemy team was pushing, they would be over here. But now the Punisher is in the middle of the fort, the keep, and the tower, which is where he needs to be. That's fine. Varian got himself killed. I didn't see where. Alright, I'm hoping Valeera pops in on... I missed her.
Death to all traitors. Choose a tower.
Oh my god. How can I miss that anymore? Oh, I hear Dehaka. So he's nearby. There he is. Yep. Hello, friend. Yep. Oh, that's all of them. That is not great. Just make it. Just make it. Maybe. Woo. That was like 20 health. That was a pretty good gank attempt on their side. I got very, very lucky that I got away. So Nova looks like she's playing with Zakara and is going to get killed.
It shall be done.
Varian does go down.
Your loyalty is noted.
Look at just super slow. I'll bet you there's a Nidus tunnel in here somewhere. There it is.
Death to all traitors.
Yep.
A shrine gathers power. Prepare to activate.
I know Valeera is still nearby. So Varian is dead for 10 seconds. Nova is nowhere near me. Here comes Murky, but I know Valeera is nearby. Like, there's really not much that I'm going to be able to do. They're all alive. Like, there really isn't much that I'm going to be able to do here.
Let us conquer. Please must be punished.
I was worried I wasn't going to hit that. There you go.
Enemy slain.
This is more just to be able to heal. Alright, so we got a kill in Dehaka, so that's good. They're gonna get this, I think, just off the Murky. That's funny. Look how much health that doesn't do. Look how much damage that doesn't do to Murky. That's why Murky is not a very good target for that. There goes Murky on our side. Solid chance this is gonna be a game. Maybe not. They do have to go through the fort, through the keep. Smack this because I can smack it, I guess. I don't know. Alright. So there's a Nidus tunnel in here, which needs to get killed. I think our minions will go pick that off eventually. And I'm going to walk over here just for a few seconds, just to kind of get vision and see if they're coming this way. Look at all the Nidus tunnels that this Zagara has got. There's one we saw up here. All this is creep. I mean, we're doing a shit job of taking care of the creep. I've only cheated death for 6 seconds. This is unfortunate.
Cleanse these heavens of the demon's
7 seconds.
punisher.
Oh. Oh, just missed that. I should have moved in sooner. The Leoric kill, I mean, Murky getting killed isn't a big deal, but it's still just extra, you know, extra pressure. I still see, there's Leoric. That's fine. I mean, you can come up here all you want. I'm just going to go like this. You can do that if you so desire. She gets away before it procs, unfortunately. Alright, we do want to watch out for Kel'Thas. I bet you Leoric comes back and picks this guy off. I will soup the nuts. This is what happens. Let's go up here. This is a lost game. Barring some miraculous team wipe on our side, I think. I think this game's a lost cause. There we go. There's Varian getting killed. Oh, she's gonna get away because Dehaka blocks me. Oh, no, run away, run away. Let's tag this.
Your spirit is strong.
Alright, Valyria goes down, that's nifty.
Our cores under attack.
Make him burrow at least. I think that...
The shrine is gathering power. Your resilience cannot be shaken. Must be punished.
How many times did I die? 5. Can we kill this? Thank you, Murky. Appreciate that. Alright, so here's a shrine. And the enemy team's going, our team is going in. I've got another couple of seconds before I can respawn. So this is potentially dangerous.
Enemy slain.
There we go.
Got it, Eddie.
Double kill.
All you guys gonna get hit. We may get this one. I don't know. They still are pretty solid. How is this still here? It's a race. Alright, we're gonna get it. I'm gonna get killed. Maybe. Ooh, just managed to make it. Murky gets killed on their side. I was fortunate to live through that. I'm gonna hearth though. Oh, good kill. That was a very good kill for Dehaka. Oh, shoot. Varian's dead. Yep. Don't know what he was doing. Standing around in the creep. That's a bad idea. Like... 11 deaths. Oh, Nova 9 deaths. Just not... There we go. Got a couple of drain hopes. Yeah, we're all dead, so it doesn't matter. Gonna back off. Nova's gonna get killed by the Murky. Nope, she does manage to get the hearth off. I'm gonna come to back up Kel'Thas because he's just walking into death. Like, it's just silly.
Our Punisher has fallen before the demon's force.
That's fine. I see what he's doing. He's gonna pick off the creep. Not a bad idea. A little risky to be out that far by yourself. And yep, that was their Murky. Oh my god, missed that. That was just stupid. Really? Like, that's not where you necessarily want to use that?
At once.
No, you get to stick around.
Got it anyway.
Somebody's gonna get killed. I think. There we go. There we go. Okay, good job. Can we get Rexar? Can we get Zagara? Can we push somewhere? So now we've got a couple of kills. Let's back up. Kael'thas looks like he's going to hang back at core for a second or two. He had just hurt, so that's fine. I'm going to stand on this side of things. Yep, that was a solid choice to do that. Smack this around once more. Just get this. Make sure we get this, and then I'm going to come help out Varian. Okay, okay.
A shrine gathers power.
Let's go to the shrine.
Prepare to activate it.
Now they see me, like this is all over this.
Let us conquer.
I would love to get this, but they're all alive. Valyria is going to respawn by the time this thing is ready to go. So it's gonna be a full fight. And Dehaka just popped in somewhere, like I heard him. So he's in one of these vents. There he is. Make him burrow. There he goes. Blow the burrow. Nope, nope, nope. You're not going anywhere. Seen it. Unfortunately, we got no one to follow up on this. And I'm gonna get killed. Probably going to get killed. I got very, very fortunate right there. I'm gonna back off. And she picks me off before I can get the Drain Hope, but she's going to pay the price for it. So not a complete loss. That was a decent bait. That was an okay death. Let's get some vision on the team. You're gonna have to watch out for Murky over here. He is so there.
We have unleashed a frozen punisher upon our enemy.
Like, they're on our core. We have to go defend the core, even though we've got the Punisher. This is the disadvantage of just getting like pushed in so hard. Is that they have crazy map. Even though we won that fight, they have crazy map pressure. I'm gonna come up here. I'm just gonna tag this. Zagara is gonna come into that. I will take this from her as soon as I respawn.
Treason must be punished.
28-minute game. 28-minute game. There's a kill on Zagara. Good job.
At once.
I'm gonna come over here. Murky can grab that camp, I think. Let's go help out. I'm gonna be a while before I get there. There's Valyria. Can I? Oh, I got her. I got her. Didn't quite get her there. And she's nearby, so I'm gonna have to be careful. Varian gets killed. Yep, that's what I expected. Just missed it. Missed it again. Oh, you silly person, you. Alright, so now we're in trouble. This is not a good place to be. This is not... They have 2 dead. Murky did get the camp. There you go. I just wanted... I'm gonna back off now. I just wanted Murky to stop.
Your spirit is strong.
There's a kill on Murky. Valyria is nearby, I believe, so I do want to back off.
Yes.
And we're gonna try this again and hope not to get picked off by Dehaka. Our Nova gets killed. Here's Dehaka somewhere. Gonna watch out for Kael'thas. I'm gonna head up in the direction of our team. I'm gonna ping him. That's a dangerous place to be.
Another shrine will be active soon. Do not let our enemy claim it.
Can we get this, please? Seriously. Oh, that would have been a good thing to get. But that's fine. We get that camp. Here comes the shrine.
And let loose the Punisher upon our foe.
Now we got a Murky bottom. Nova should be able to deal with him, I would hope. Yep, there goes our second keep. Nova just completely ignores the Murky, and that's not great. Like, that was Nova's kill. Nova should be able to pick him off, no problem whatsoever, and just ignored it. She's gonna come here instead. Thankfully, he does go down. I missed the grabby hand. He's going to get killed. That was Valera.
Nice.
That's fine. You can get killed.
The angels smile on you.
It's hard to miss that.
Nice.
I'm gonna do what I can here. If anybody can pick me off pretty easily if they bother to show up. Although it looks like Rexxar is way back dealing with the push from the mercenaries. So that works out. Here's this orb. I'll take this healing globe, and we've got a Punisher. Okay. So this is better for us. Two of them are dead. Dehaka, Zagara are dead. Murky just got picked off again. I'm gonna take this orb. I'm gonna do what I can here. Murky looks like he's gonna do work to defend. I missed the grabby hand. I'm just gonna back off. I don't have anybody with me, so it's a bad place to be. Zagara gets killed. That's pretty sweet. Here we go. Let's come around this side. Let's heal off this. I don't think I got the handoff. I didn't. This could potentially be game. It is going to be game. Well, that is a thing. I feel less bad that I muted everybody now. Okay, so that happened. That was close. That was like a 30-minute game, something like that. Yeah, their Rexxar is pretty solid. I'm gonna vote for our Murky. Look, team fight damage shield. I was the best healer on the team. How about that? That's kind of funny. Our Murky was good. I liked it. I thought we were going to lose that game for sure. Let's take a look at the stats. We'll go over the talents, and we'll take a look. And look, there's a quest. This is going to be a big-ass chunk of experience because that game took forever. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. That is a very nice chunk of experience. Fantastic. Let's take a look. What was it, 30 minutes? 34 minutes. Yep, that is a game that happened. So let's point some stuff out here. Look at all that. Look at all that damage. That is because, you know, your main. I was hitting this on Dehaka pretty regularly, forcing him to back off. Valera stuck around for way too much of it. Rexxar's Misha is a pretty good target, if only just to heal myself, just to get the self-sustain. Lots of damage taken. I did die too much. Murky had a crap ton of siege damage too. Excuse me. I did die too much. There were a couple of times I dived in that I probably shouldn't have. There was one or two times where I let Wraithwalk go just a second too long, and that was not so great. You know, I did miss way too many Drain Hopes and a couple of skeletal swings. I really need to be more consistent with that. I'm hella amused that I got healed. You know, second in the team in experience, because I really wanted to push those lanes in the beginning at the very least. Yeah, that was interesting. I think their Valera was okay. Their Valera, she can't go toe-to-toe with me once I get Drain Hope going. I mean, it's just going to be bad news for... I'm going to heal through that, and it's going to go off even if I'm stunned. So, that's the thing. Once you get the Drain Hope off, it still casts while it's stunned, so it's just, it's going to heal you through things. I mean, if I was able to get the Drain Hope before Dehaka pulled me, it's like, that's fine, I'm just going to heal myself while you're dragging me. It's not so much of a big deal. This wasn't in an ideal matchup for Leoric. I mean, Dehaka, as you saw a couple of times, was able to burrow through the Drain Hopes and cancel it. Drain Hope against Murky is practically useless, both from a damage standpoint and from the fact that he can bubble. So that was kind of tough. Although Rexar makes a compelling target with Misha, that's always kind of out there. So that was interesting. I don't think I'm surprised, to be honest. I thought our team played poorly, especially in the beginning. I think I definitely body blocked Nova into a death at least once, although she was super aggressive and getting herself killed way too much. Yeah, it was close. It could have gone either way. They had a lot of push in the end. Murky was on point. I think that one time when their Murky was pushing on our core, or at least pushing in our area, Nova just ran off. Like, that should have been a sure thing that she just kills. Like, that should have been an easy kill for her, and she just ran off, ran off to the objective. I don't fault her for coming to the objective, but it forced our Murky to go back. Maybe it trades off in the end. I'm not entirely sure, but I guess that's kind of how these things go. Let's take a quick peek at the talents. So I went almost a full Grabby hand build. Drain Hope increases the range by 25%. Level 4 Willing Vessel increases the healing from Drain Hope to 30%, and the Essence to 15%. Also, when I was dead, I was missing way too many of these grabs. Way too many of these. I could have really shaved off a lot of death timer for myself. I was really not hitting myself with the Drain Hopes too much. Level 7, I went Ossian Renewal. Activate to heal for 20% of your maximum life over 6 seconds. Toggling this. Maybe I could have been more aggressive using this. I'm not sure. I think that worked out for me. 10, I went Entomb. Here's something that I personally could have improved on. I barely used Entomb, now that I think about it. For such a short cooldown, I really should have used this much more frequently. Yeah, that's totally on me. I definitely should have used this much more often. Especially, if I can trap somebody in the Entomb while the Phoenix is there, that's going to be, basically free damage. Also, our variant went Twin Blades of Fury. Oh my god, that explains so much. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, definitely need to be better with it. Need to just use Entomb in the first place. Need to be better with the Entomb. I didn't use it nearly enough. I think when I did use it, it was okay and it worked out. Didn't use it nearly enough. I also think I got myself killed at one point because I went to use the Entomb on the Dehaka, and then I basically zoned myself out from the team and got killed. So gotta be careful there. Something to keep in mind. 13, Crushing Hope. If Drain Hope lasts the full duration, it deals bonus damage. You saw this a couple of times. I definitely picked off the Valera at least once, possibly twice with this, just because they were in way too close. And then that last extra tick of damage, as I snap my fingers, kind of picked them off, and it does a solid chunk. 10% of the damage is not, of your max health is going to be a big deal, no matter who you are. Maybe Murky, maybe not Murky, but anybody else in that team. 10% of your health is a big deal. Undying Despair. Every second Drain Hope is active, its cooldown is reduced by 1 second. It's a solid pick. Had I been more consistent with my Drain Hopes, I would have gotten more value out of this. But there's that. And then a level 20 Spectral Leech. The basic attacks against enemy heroes deal bonus damage equal to 5% of their max health. Pretty sweet. Extra sustain, extra damage. I don't know if this came into play too much. I really wasn't, I didn't notice it personally. But just you smack as many things as possible. I'm going to open up this loot chest here while you listen to me ramble and see what I get. So that's Leoric in a nutshell. It wasn't the ideal matchup for him. That's pretty sweet. Wasn't the ideal matchup for him. But you got to see what Drain Hope can do when when you use it effectively. I mean, when I was landing it, it was pretty solid. If that wasn't a Dehaka, if that was a Diablo, for example, I would have had a much better time with things because Diablo doesn't have a way to break it unless he goes out of range. Even if he stuns me, it's still going to be casted on him. So, that would have been a better matchup for me, for example, something like that. He's not, as you can see, he's not necessarily a frontline warrior, because I had no peel. Once Valeera jumped on my teammate, like, the most that I can do is slow her down and hit Drain Hope and hope that she bails out, and I really like that. My team died before that could happen. So, we needed some CC there. I wish Varian had gone taunt, but I kind of always wish Varian goes taunt. That's just kind of how these things go. Since we're coming up on the hour mark on this, I'm going to close it out here. I'm going to put up the talent build, as I always do, up on the Heroes Hearth. Yeah, do the usual stuff. Let me know what you want to see. Appreciate you watching. My name is Conman, and I hope to see you soon.